All right, we are back. Number three. Just like my curry, man. Okay. First thing I wanted to talk about is going to be compliance versus optimization. And I guess what also can tie into this is just like over analyzing things, I feel like people, two things. Either one, people expect that the only way they can get somewhere is by being like perfection, and they either, paralysis by analysis, or they're like, just fuck it. Like, if I'm not perfect, then just fuck it, But also, as like me as a coach, when I work with people, I also need to understand that as long as you get that, 70-80% of the time good, then really it doesn't need to be like the most optimal thing ever, Like right now, like if you type in like on YouTube, morning routine, by some influencer or something, like that's a whole lot of bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they're gonna give you a whole ass routine, the most optimized morning routine, but in reality, you can have an optimized morning routine. It doesn't matter how good the plan is if the plan is never put into action because it's so complex, So like, you can have the craziest morning routine, but if it's never getting done, then that's the worst routine because there's no routine at all, So we need to just, start thinking about like, there's two sides of it. There's like on the left, total compliance and like, oh, we're actually going to do something. And on the right is like total optimization, So then on the left is like, compliance, slower results, things like that. On the right is more optimized, fast results, all of that. And then you gotta have to put yourself on the spectrum of that, of where, how much compliance you need compared to how fast you want to get these results, Once you understand that, this can go for anything. Work, business, sports, whatever. If you're really about what you want, then you're gonna try to optimize it as much as you can while also being compliant. So like maybe you're leaning towards the optimization side, But then for whatever reason, damn, it's hot as hell in here. For whatever reason, you might need to be more on the compliance side, So like a nighttime routine. Here's some free game. You got some crazy stuff. Nighttime routine that you should do. Or here's a better example. I had this supplement company that I was working with, and they have like, a bunch of different supplements, right? A bunch of different supplements that, each individual, and then you can buy it like, the actual, like a bunch of whatever it is. Let's say like glutamine or whatever type of vitamin, right? And that's like super optimized because like, oh, I can, get this specific thing at this quantity, and I can give it to a client, and then we can get XYZ result. But then they're going to need like 15, 20 different bottles. Compared to this new brand I'm working with, where the compliance is so high because all you have to do is take one scoop of this thing, and you have all your sleep, supplements. Instead of taking, 4 or 5 pills, you just, maybe even 6 pills, you just have one scoop of this, and then boom, So the compliance is high, but also the optimization is pretty much there as well, because it's actually some good stuff, So like trying to find that in whatever you're doing and whatever your goals are is important. And then that just comes down to like, I don't know, I might get this tatted on me, but like truth is in simplicity, you know? And the truth is like, you know, what we need to strive to go for, you know? We can't be living in a lie. We got to be living in our truth. And at the end of the day, the more complex something is, the further away it is from simplicity, you know, the further away it is from the truth, you know? And if we want to really, you know, go to like what really is going on in reality, then we just need to keep things simple, progressive, and consistent. We got to be simple with it, but we have to have some type of getting better approach, getting more progressed in whatever we're doing. And we just got to be consistent with it. You know, we're not going to get it all in one day, one shot. You know, we're not going to bro, honestly, like, we're down 30 right now. We're not going to make it all in one play, one shot, you know? We got to progress on a defense. We got to, you know, tighten up on our turnovers. And we just got to be consistent with it. And then we're going to come back and actually blow them out. And then that's just how it needs to be, you know? But it has to be simple, you know? First, we got to get a stop. Then we got to get an easy bucket. Then, okay, now we got to get 2 stops in a row. Now we got to get 3 stops in a row. That's a punch, you know what I'm saying? Now we're cooking, you know what I'm saying? But got to be simple. Keep the game simple. You got to be progressive. Got to somehow get better in whatever you're doing, you know? And then we just got to capitalize on things and be consistent with capitalizing on it. Because once we stop being consistent with that, then, man, like, we're going to get a little bit of success, but then it's going to go, you know? Here, let's see. And I guess this comes down to just, like, what is motivation? What are we motivated by? Is it, like, yeah, what are we motivated by? Like, have you ever asked yourself, like, what am I motivated by? Am I motivated by the fear of, like, losing? Am I motivated by winning? Am I motivated by wanting to get something out of it, to, like, impress somebody or something, to get some type of respect? Because once we know what we're motivated by, then we can kind of put that in front of us in order to get that extra boost, you know? Some days I get motivated because I'll literally, like, maybe I'm crazy. I'll look up the gym I used to work at, like I used to work by in Pilsen. I'll look them up on Instagram. I'll be like, these dudes think they can fuck with me, bro. Like, no. Now I gotta turn up on them, you know what I'm saying? Or just something like that. He's like, you know, that plays in my head. I just gotta, like, all right, bet. Like, we gotta turn up. Sometimes that's my motivation. Sometimes just getting better and enjoying what's the process is the motivation, you know? We just gotta figure that out. But I think the biggest limiting factor is our vices. And by vices, I mean things we use to get out of reality. You know, sometimes, like, we don't even know that we're motivated. We don't even know that we're down 30, you know? Because we're distracted by our vices. And by our vices, I can mean a lot of things, you know, weed, alcohol, clubbing, you know, relationships. We can be distracted by that. You know, the phone, scrolling, whatever. We can be distracted by that. And we're so distracted, we don't even know we're down in the game. We don't even know we're in the game. You know what I'm saying? But once we got to start cutting that stuff out, you know, that stuff keeps us comfortable. Keeps us, like, very, like, okay, like, we're good, you know? Good boy, type shit. But once we, like, nah, like, I want to get better, like, then we got to take away these vices, you know, about whatever it is. Because once we can do that, that's when the uncomfortability starts coming. It's like, damn, like, I spend the whole week, Monday through Friday, waiting for the weekend to go club. Now I'm not going to go club anymore. And now what? Oh, fuck, like, dude, this shit sucks. Life sucks because, like, I've been waiting for the club this whole time. The whole time it was a vice, you know? And now that I cut it out, now that I understand that, like, dude, like, my situation sucks right now, you know? And that's what has to motivate us as well. Like, actually waking up and seeing, like, damn, this shit fucking sucks. We're fucking down 30. How are we gonna do this comeback? You know what I'm saying? But man, it takes a lot of fucking balls, I'm not gonna lie, to be in that uncomfortability and not fold, you know, and go back to our vices, you know what I'm saying? Not fold and just go fucking just throw money in the club, you know what I'm saying, that not even give you anything in return. I mean, it is, I guess, it is an exchange of value that it makes you forget about the uncomfortability of what's really going on in life, you know? Because if you knew how uncomfortable and how shitty this was, you wouldn't want to live in it, bro. You wouldn't want to be living down 30. That wouldn't make you, you know, that's not cool. But it's gonna take a lot of fucking work to get back up to at least fucking 0-0. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take a lot of simplicity, but it's progressive and it's consistent. It's just a consistent grind, and we can't be so caught up in the trying to get this shit back all in one shot. You know what I'm saying? We gotta one stop, one shot, one stop, one shot. I got the next play. I got the next play. I got the next play. Even if we mess up, I got the next one. I got the next one. And then over time, that's when it starts to build, and then, damn, it's halftime and we're actually up 1. You know? So, just to recap, we gotta first start being uncomfortable. That's what's gonna motivate us to, you know, elevate. How do we stop being comfortable? We gotta take away these things that are making us comfortable. Vices in the form of weed, alcohol, relationships, things that are distracting us from our higher purpose, you know? Because once we do that, we can wake up and then we can get motivated by our situation that's not as good as we thought. And then from there, we just got to be consistent and just fucking run these tables on them. Because, you know, table works both ways. We're going to flip them. We're going to turn the tables on them, bro. And that's just what we got to do. You know? But it's going to be a fucking, you know, it's going to be some work. But are you willing not to fold in order to, you know, get back, get up? Or are we just going to fold? You know, we're just going to fucking just fold. I know you're not folding. Maybe some other people might fold, but I know you're not folding. We're about to fuck some shit up. But hey, first starts that one play. We gotta get a stop. We gotta stop what we're doing, and then we gotta change. So that's all I really got today. Might have a little bit more, but maybe that's episode 3 for you. Peace.